What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. Welcome back to a new daily news video. And today we're going to talk about Renato Vega because there's a lot of talk about Renato Vega and his recent performances, or actually his first kind of couple of performances with the club, and all that is connected to it. The deal we have in place with Chelsea with no option to buy, and also he needs to return to Chelsea before the Club World Cup, so we don't even have him for the Club World Cup. He's going back to Chelsea. We're just paying Chelsea. I think everybody is assuming just to get him ready for Chelsea, and there are a lot of conflicting reports, from Chelsea do not want to sell to Chelsea do want to sell. But then you question, or you think back and like, why do we not have an option in place to bring him in? Why did Giuntoli not get it done? And before we get into all of this, really quickly, I think the sample size is too small, way too small to say, yeah, you need to 100% try to buy him in the summer or not. However, it's interesting to have that conversation because the reports are a bit all over the place. So we're going to do that. Before we do that, as always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for still watching, even though I don't have the energy for it. But let's go. Let's talk about Vega. Okay, so Renato Vega signed for the club on loan, got thrown in there basically because, well, Kalulu got injured and all the issues we know we have at center back. And what makes it very interesting is that he wasn't playing at Chelsea, and he wasn't playing as a center back at Chelsea as well. While now he's been thrown into the squad, into the fire pit, basically playing center back. That is also a very important factor to this talk. Like I said in my intro, I think the sample size is not big enough to suggest that you 100% need to 100% buy him at the end of the season. But he is surprising me in a positive manner so far, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have a lot of expectations, not because I don't think he has potential, but because we were struggling at the back, and you bring in a player who has not been playing a lot this season and has not been playing as a center back, and we needed center back. So that was where my doubts kicked in, my fear a little bit kicked in as well, where I was like, okay, we need a profile to fix a massive hole in our squad, and you're bringing in an unknown. Now, what I've always said, and that goes with every deal basically, why is there no option to buy? Even if you don't use that option, you need to have some sort of leverage. I always believe, to be honest. Now, the reports are Mirko Di Natale saying that Chelsea do not want to sell, and until the last moment, Juve tried to include an option, but Chelsea said no. And then I digged a bit deeper, and a lot of other sources, Romano and Nikoshira, were all reporting that actually Chelsea were open, to do a deal for 20 million euros. Only it was a permanent deal, in January. There was no talks about an option for 20 million in the end of the season. It was for Chelsea was give us the money now, or it's a dry loan, which also is a bit weird, if you just think about it. But yeah, now you're left with a dilemma. Now you need to heavily rely on the player's desire. I think everybody saw the viral clip. When he blocked that shot in the last a minute or seconds of the game. He might, and maybe he wants to go back to Chelsea. Maybe in his mind, this is like, okay, I need this to put me out there and put me out there for Maresca or whoever is going to be the coach next season at Chelsea. And maybe he wants to go back to Chelsea. Maybe he wants to play in the Premier League. I don't know. We don't know about that, but that's the danger with not including options in the deal. You don't have any leverage. Again, I know the reports for Colomani, for example, are saying that there's no option. However, there's kind of an agreement with PSG that at the end of the season, they will sit down between the two parties, not listening to other offers for now, and they will see what Colomani wants to do, and they will try to figure it out if there's anything possible. However, with Vega, there's not any sort of those type of deals, because I thought, him going back even before the Club World Cup was very, very strange to me. Like, very strange, because it's still part of the season. I'm a bit confused about that part as well. But that's it, So He's playing surprisingly well at center back because I had some doubts. Is he the perfect defender? No, but I was not expecting that because of his positions he played prior to this as well, and with the struggles we already have at center back, I wasn't putting massive expectations on Vega. However, I'm pleasantly surprised and I'm kind of relieved that it's going this well so far. I imagine it to be much, much worse, which is a good thing because we need something stable. And he looks kind of stable. He looks good on the excuse me. He looks calm on the ball as well. He's not a player who likes to boot it away. He likes to try to find a solution. And actually, he looks like he actually cares, and he actually, even if he's playing for his Chelsea career or his career in period, he's putting in the effort. Like, he's not here just on a 6-month loan deal and then I'm going back. He's actually here so far to prove his point, to show to the world, Chelsea, again, maybe Giuntoli in the summer, that I am a legit player and I can play. You can trust on me, and maybe that goes also for Giuntoli, maybe you don't need to pay for Hansko because now you have a player. If he wants to stay and the price is good, you don't need to bring in Hansko and need to adapt again. And you have a player like, a lot of factors come into play. A lot of things come into play. Right now, it's all up in the air. Like Colomani did an interview yesterday. He said, I'm not thinking about that. He said, I'm enjoying myself. I'm doing well so far. I hope it will even get better. And at the end of the season, we will see. He said, I'm happy to be here. And I think if you ask Vega, he will probably say the same thing, that, right now, I don't want to think about it, nor should he think about it. That's for the fans to worry about. But yeah, it's going well. And like I said, with the options not included in the deal, you will always have those things. We had an option for Alcaraz, but that was ridiculous. You knew that option we were never, ever gonna use. What was it, 40 million, 50 million? That was never gonna happen. Any chance? But that was with Southampton, and that was very strange. I don't think if you included an option with Chelsea that it would be that high. You would have found, in my opinion, a much better solution, to get that player, get that option into the agreement. But it didn't happen. So right now, for Giuntoli, it's his thing. For the fans, and especially for Vega, it's just focusing on the next game, showing up the next game, doing well the next game, performing the next game, and everything will be resolved at the end of the season or in the summer. And we will see. Will he come back? Will he leave? Is he actually good enough? Is this a two, like, was it 3-4 games? I think it's Empoli. I think it's 3-4 games. Maybe he's not that good. Like, we don't know. I'm not trying to jinx it, but like a lot of question marks. But we knew that. When you sign players from no options, there's always the debate of, wow, what now? Now we left ourselves out there and we improved the player for other team. We paid them as well to do so, and we're stuck with absolutely nothing again. So that is the dilemma. But let me know in the comments. Do you think the club should already work on it, or is it way too soon? Or do you believe he doesn't even want to be here, next season? Or do you believe that Chelsea want to keep him next season as well? So let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel as always, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow for a big preview because we play Inter on Sunday. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you soon. Ciao.